Welcome back. I know it's been a while since I posted anything on this channel, but I'm back yet again, trying something different. And this will be the very first episode of the RoseBud, is what I'm calling it. What is a RoseBud, you might be asking yourself? It is my attempt at a video / podcasty type of a thing that I'm going to use to talk about different things that interest me and just, express myself, because my creative life has been a bit stagnant, if I'm to be completely transparent with you. So this is my way of getting back into it and giving you all the content you didn't know you needed. That being said, what is the topic of today's episode? It will be, ironically enough, consistency. So starting out right off the bat, I'm just going to say consistency can be hard. I am living proof of that. My testimony is this. I start things sometimes super interested, and then I have the idea in my head, I formulate it. Sometimes I put it down on paper, sometimes I don't, but I eventually run out of steam due to lack of motivation or just me convincing myself that it isn't cool anymore or what have you. But it's something that I work hard at every day. Well, some days more than others. But it's a consistent battle that I always have to be on myself about. This leads us into what consistency can be defined as. According to Webster, or the Google search that I did before making this video, this is my second attempt, by the way. Consistency is conformity in the application of something, typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness. Okay, that said a lot of the things. I don't know how applicable it is to the form of consistency I'm speaking about right now, but let's define it for ourselves and for our own purposes. Simply put, the ability to focus on a goal and work towards it every day intentionally. And intentionally is the key word, or intention rather is the key word that sticks out in that whole definition of what consistency can be. Because in the examples with myself that I gave earlier, a lot of times I was working on things, thinking about things, but I don't think I really had the intention behind it to see it through. Maybe that's where some of the motivation or lack of motivation came from. But like I said before, I always ran out of steam. Always found myself talking myself out of it, and just not having a clear end goal as to what I was working towards, even though admittedly I thought these ideas were the coolest thing since sliced bread. That being said, why do we work towards things? Why is consistency even needed? Personally, I'm trying to be great, y'all. I'm trying to be great out here. And as I get older, I start to realize more and more that to be great out here, you gotta keep the hammer down. You gotta be consistent, in other words, and you really gotta know what you're working towards as far as the end goal. And okay, let me not say know what you're working towards, because sometimes it can change. And a lot of times, if you're open to change and to seeing what your potential idea can morph into, it can be a good thing. But that doesn't mean that having a defined end goal isn't also a good thing. In a lot of ways, that can very much so help you map out your path to a desired conclusion of your endeavors. But yeah, like I said, working on that, the consistency, keeping the hammer down, and always knowing or having a good sense of where I want to end up. Now here's a word from our sponsors.
RoseBud. Hot episode.
Okay, folks, welcome back yet again. So to conclude things, I'm just gonna say this. Consistency, as I stated numerous times before, very important when it comes to completing anything. As far as your goals are concerned, creatively, physically, mentally, these are things that we got to work at every day. And a lot of times, us as individuals, we know what they are. We tend to know the things that we're avoiding or the things that we're lacking at. Sometimes I guess it's just the ego trying to protect ourselves from the inevitable self-inflicted shame or embarrassment that we tell ourselves that we're gonna experience if we expose ourselves to these unknown or uncomfortable situations. You have to realize and you have to understand that at the end of the day, we're all still just human, and you have to grant yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of space, and a little bit of time to appreciate. People keep slamming the door in my building. To appreciate the small victories and the little successes that you might come across on your journey towards whatever your end goal is. And like I said, don't be hard on yourself. We are all just human. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say on that. If I didn't state it before, I'm gonna state it now. The RoseBud, as the name might imply, are these little bursts of informational / talking head videos that I'm looking to do, just to stir up the pot of my creativity. So they're meant to be short. They might get a little bit longer. They might get even shorter than this. But stick around, find out, and, help keep me accountable for my consistency when it comes to completing this little project. I at least want to put out like 10 episodes, this one being the first. And yeah, let's see how far this goes. Thanks again. My name's Naj. You have been watching The RoseBud. Peace.